Hello the internet, it's Ghost here and welcome to episode 1 of Minecraft Creative Season 3. Can you believe it? We're 3 seasons in and this is technically the second episode, but we call it episode 1 because I like starting at episode 0. Anyways, welcome back to the Starlight Express project, and I'm trying to remember whereabouts we were on it because this was quite a while ago for me actually. Yeah, I managed to successfully pre-record a load of episodes, which takes a lot of pressure off of me for the next few weeks to get, well actually it's for something like 7 weeks. I don't have to technically think about recording stuff. Obviously the logical thing to do is stay ahead and make sure I'm keeping up with those recordings. Anyway, I started off by working on some of the tunnels today because I wanted to make sure that I could start putting in the flooring of the scrapyard and stuff, and that meant getting the tunnels so I knew where everything went to and I could eventually start actually doing the landscaping around it, because it doesn't look particularly nice at this point in time. I have since fixed that, I think. It's looking better now. I definitely need to add trees to cover some of the imperfections because there's not much I can necessarily do about it, and it's trying to find ways to get around that. Why am I tired? Why am I yawning? This is so helpful. So yeah, the block palette for this bit is mostly just deep slate. That's what I decided was, I guess, the best match to just to make sure anyone who hasn't seen this project before, this is meant to be the Wembley Park Theatre production. That's the only production that I've seen of it. I saw it back in November. It's whenever Conan Gray was at the Over Arena. So go figure from that. Anyways, so I effectively have worked on all these tunnels, and some of the stuff that would be technically backstage is just me taking a guess at where those tracks might be, what they might look like, and also making them practical for my build. I then used this sculk vein thing, I don't know what it's called, to try and diffuse from the big wall at the back. Obviously we don't have LED screens in Minecraft, and they have giant LED screens at the back of the theatre that kind of change to effectively imply the different areas they're in and race announcements and stuff, and it's really cool. And I don't think that's really a spoiler, but I should probably just kind of semi-spoiler warning. Oh yeah, I should definitely spoiler warning this episode actually. This episode now contains a spoiler warning. I will be talking about specific things in Starlight Express, so if you don't want that, like and subscribe, but I'll see you in the next episode, assuming that one's not Starlight Express. I don't think it should be. I think I have got it down to being every other episode now. Anyways, so we're not at the spoiler bit yet, anyways. That's coming up. So I've lost track of what I was talking about. LED screen. We obviously don't have LED screens in Minecraft, and even if we did, I wouldn't want to sit and program those because you'd probably have to. So I decided on using the sculpt block because I figured, that could actually be a relatively efficient way of getting kind of an LED screen look without having to do a black background with black banners with dots on. I think this was something that I saw Mumbo Jumbo do for Grumbot, because once again I have been on a Hermitcraft binge recently, and it gives me inspiration. Anyways, so and then putting glass in front of it. I didn't want to have to do that because I didn't really have the space or think about that in the design. Originally I was just going to do deep slate background, and I was like, no, we are going to try and make this a bit more fun. Anyways, this is the part where we're sort of going into spoiler warning territory, because I'm going to be talking about one of the bits from it. I'm going to try my best to not say anything that's plot relevant where possible, and anything that's kind of not on the soundtrack or in promotional photos. So obviously there's a bit, I'm grabbing my CD. I have the CD. So, during the first act, you get Mama's Blues, and I decided I want to build the little area that she sings that in. That's a very good song. Highly recommend going and listen to it. Oh my god, I love it. Anyways, I then decided that I wanted to do the barrels that Slick has in White Smile that kind of have. I mean, I can't do fire. if I recall correctly, they're giant plumes of fire, and even at the back of the auditorium you can feel it. They're very hot, but I wanted to find a way to do that a bit differently, so I figured, I could do it with fireworks. Once upon a time, when I used to play Minecraft Pocket Edition, I wasn't particularly great at redstone, but I could do a level of redstone. I could do some redstone doors and stuff. I haven't done redstone in years, or at least not properly. I do very limited bits on this world, and I then decided I need to make a way to conceal a button that I can press and will fire stuff out. So the system for this should have been theoretically very simple, and it was. I physically got it so it would work. Effectively, what I did was I put dispensers into the floor, and I dug out a series of channels underneath. I should have pre-dug out the area before I put the flooring on, but I didn't, so it is what it is. I then proceeded to load fireworks in. Bear in mind, I had to do a hell of a lot of Googling as to how to do fireworks, and you're about to see those struggles of me doing a bunch of different stuff and not really understanding it and getting very, very confused. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. There's a reason this isn't something I'd normally do. And the system's relatively simple. There's only repeaters in there to get the thing across. I think I just left it on whatever the default was. I didn't really care about there being a delay. I just needed it to carry the signal far enough. And yeah, again, this is by no means a redstone tutorial. That's not something I do. I haven't put this on any specific coloured block so it indicates that that's where redstone is, because the odds of me digging back under this area is, to be honest, slim to none. And yeah, so I eventually managed to get things going. I then decided I'm not a particular fan of the way those fireworks look, and I think I changed them a couple of times to try and find the right ones, because I just wanted it to have a big sparky burst. And because I wasn't doing it as maybe I had saw them as one, but basically because I wasn't doing it as fire, I sort of accepted that it would just be big sparks, and that would have to do. And obviously they're yellow for Slick, because she is an icon and maybe one of my favourite characters. I mean, Hydra, Rusty, and Greaseball are my favourite characters. I love all the characters, let's be honest, but the freight trucks are probably my favourite group of characters. Anyways, I then went in and started adding things like piles of logs and stuff around, benches and things that kind of looked like they could have been thrown together with stuff that had been found around the yard. I did the big cable drum that Mama sits on, which that was the one thing in this project I was like, okay, I know that I've got to do this like this and have it work. And yeah, I'm very happy with how this little area came out. This is the little freight yard. I added planters that I figured maybe Mama would plant things in, and I obviously did one plant in each character for the freight trucks and Rusty. That's why there's orange tulips, because we don't have a brown flower. And then I did a little bit of texturing, and that was it, the internet. So I hope you have enjoyed my rambling and my attempts at doing redstone. I really hope I don't have to do that again this project. Goodbye, the internet.